Hi, my name is Jim Forbes. I'm from Sierra Vista, Arizona. That's in the USA, of course. And I've been drag racing since I was 17, and I'm 57 now, so I've been at it a little while, but I haven't done it seriously, really, most of my life. I took up going on Drag Week in 2011. They finally came up with an event that I had a car that would kind of do something, a 55 Chevy with a blown big block, and I never won anything in that car the first couple years I went, and it's just too heavy. It was a nice street car, so I said I got to make something faster. So I got to take 1,000 pounds out of this. So I built an altered wheelbase Chevy too, because they said you could make an altered wheelbase car for gasser class. So I did that, blown 427 in it, and goes pretty good. It run 10 O's. I won a couple jackets with it. I raced it 2014 through 2017, 4 years. Did really well, nice car, but you know, towards the end of that, I decided that somebody needed to build a funny car to go on Drag Week. And there was a car called the Crazy Cuda that was up for sale, a friend told me about. And that was, he wanted 20 grand for that, but it had exactly the look I wanted. And so I figured I'd just make a copy of that. And I started looking into these cars. There's the Sox and Martin car, the match race car they had, and a few other cars, the Kingfisher, 65, 66 Barracudas with altered wheelbases, and then they stretched the nose when they got going too fast. They got too squirrely, so they stretched the nose. And these cars all had Hemis, mostly with stack injection. And I don't know how to make stack injection work, but I know how to make a blower work with carburetors. So I figured if I build this car and just stick a blower and carbs on it, so I know how that works, then I can actually make the thing go. So I looked around and I found a 65 Barracuda that was pretty clean. It was affordable, and brought it home and hacked it up, designed a frame. I got pictures of the old cars and cut them up and, or measured them and cut up pictures of my car and figured out how far I had to move everything to get the engine right where it had to be, get the wheels right where they have to be, stretch the fenders the right amount, get the wheels sitting forward in the wheel wells a little bit, and get the right rake on it, get the height of the thing, the wheel wells in the right spot, did all that, and figured out how to make a frame that would hold it all. And started looking around for an engine, and I discovered that 426 Hemis are a little hard to find parts for. But eventually I found a block and got some heads for it, cranked, all that stuff, and got rolling on that. And it was designed to be a street car that I could go fast in, so it has a lot of compromises for everything. It has a big gas tank, a big radiator, and it has a big trunk, and I put in a full trunk floors, and I fit the slicks in the back and all the crap we have to carry with us to go from town to town for a week and go racing every day. And that's the philosophy behind building it. And the result is it's a pretty clean, simple car. There's not much there. It does its job. That's all it has to do. I figured out at the beginning what the requirements are. It has to do this, this, and this, and I built it to do just that. There's nothing on there that doesn't need to be there. Talking about it on Drag Week, coming home from Drag Week, you have a couple days if you live in Arizona. It's a long ways away from where they're racing. So we were talking about different ideas, and that was in September. And so I was looking around for a car and trying to figure out what I wanted. That was in the end of November. I found a car and bought it. And so I started working on the thing. December we took the car apart, and then by kind of early summer I had the chassis built, and I was working on the motor, but I didn't have all the pieces yet. And I was trying to design all these different parts of it. And summer kind of went by pretty quick because I kind of finally got my butt in gear. And pretty much the last 2 or 3 months, I've been working every day on it, from get up at 6 in the morning, go work on the car, go to bed at 11. I kept thinking that the car was not going to get done because I wouldn't be able to get a part, or something wouldn't work right. I put it together, I tested it wouldn't work. And I had my Chevy 2 still, and it's ready to go racing, so that was my backup plan. That car is called Plan 2. That's my Plan 2 in case this one didn't get done. But I kept working on this, everything would come up and we'd find a solution. They sent me the wrong crankshaft. I called them up. They balanced one and sent it to me that very day that I called them. The guy with my heads got it done. He said, I'll put this stuff aside, I'll get these things done. I ordered some spacers that I needed and they showed up on Saturday, and all this stuff happened. My son came down and helped me the last week and wired it up, and we got the thing built, you know, and it's here, and it drives, it goes down the highway, it goes down the drag strip. I haven't gotten a full pass out of it yet. Today I wanted to make a half pass. I wanted to go halfway down the track and get out of it, and just to see how it launched, see if it went straight. So I had adjusted some things and it went pretty good. The tack is acting up, so I can't tell how fast the engine is going, so I didn't shift at the right point. And it ran a mid-11, which was, you know, that's what I expected of shutting down half track. So it worked, and the car went straight. It felt good. The tires hooked and all that, so I'm happy with how all that works. So the big thing, though, is making the drive every day from one track to the next, because that's a couple hundred miles out on the roads, and that's the killer. You know, if you got a little too much valve spring or something funny is going on, you're going to eat up your motor. And the heat, the engine overheating is a big problem. This thing, driving it around a little bit, it got up to 220. Which is a little warm. It's not too hot for me. You know, I'll go 230, maybe a little more than 230, but after that I'll shut it down. But we don't know what the weather's going to be like. We don't know what the roads are going to be like. You know, we don't know what's going to happen, and I'm traveling with the Nitro Coupe guys, so you know, they can have fun problems on the road. We could have fun problems on the road. We could be up till 3 in the morning working on the car or something like that. We have no idea what's going to happen. It's going to be fun. So.